I'm ready, Big.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Philadelphia Eagles. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Complete to Washington. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20. And into the end zone.
Do your thing, baby. Do your thing.
Pittsburgh. Marlon Mack with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. At their own 24-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
The first carry now for Jordan Howard. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wentz coming, and down he goes. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Oh, no, he knocked that away. He knocked it away.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. That's fielded at the 8-yard line.
Ooh.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Really. I see we having a little small problem here. No problems. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have some major problems here. I see it coming. Come on. Come on, motherfucker.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Hold on, man. Let me do this. Because I don't know what the hell is going on right now. I'm getting bad Wi-Fi. This is not making any sense. Okay. Let's see if that works.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division.
Come on with this
looking
shit,
good,
man.
looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Tonight, please. Watch the screen. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
On 2nd and 15 now. Keenum. He'll get that one complete to Connor.
Why keep putting Connor in
This
there?
one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, Keenum gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
My kick will be fucked up. I already feel it.
On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter, Jordan Berry, to kick it away.
Yeah, I'm near it.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
Now the fucking internet won't get that.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. On 2nd and 12, Wentz. And his throw here's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Forced out to his left. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Man, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. A run by Mack to start the drive. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Yo. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Off the flat.
To throw is Keenum. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. The 30, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Marlon Mack with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Yeah, Wi-Fi a little messed up. We need to try to make this as good as possible.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
You got nothing.
Running with Howard. And a 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Go. Waiting. 50. Check back 50. Pick me up. Here we go.
On first down, they run with Howard. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Come on, motherfucker, pick the play.
The last run got 6 in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the
fucking Wi-Fi is so shitty.
Pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get.
See, you and Steve. Blaming you and Steve for this internet problem.
Technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if
he
slides with that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They go counter with Howard. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50.
I'm going to have to do something a little different here. Let me do this. I can't have this problem. Let's see this up.
Here we go. Waiting.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. And
God.
down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Okay, let's try this.
The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Wentz.
There you go, get his ass out.
And he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. He had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
You better not caught that.
Spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Oh, you had this problem with you people with y'all Wi-Fi lines. You tell USD need Ethernet cords.
Keenum going to come up now 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. On 1st down, it's Samuels. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Keenum. Washington's got it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. Shotgun snap for Keenum.
Oh, it's in your hand.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Shit.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
Thank you.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the
What
spot
the fuck
here.
that Wi-Fi?
And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wentz. This short throw caught by Goddard. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Wentz going to throw. He'll buy some time right. And that will be incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Returnable here from the 38. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
On 2nd and 15 now. Keenum.
Motherfucker.
Oh, ball batted in the air. Now it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. The clock, 2nd quarter. Why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Fucking flip-flopping the air bullshit.
Here we go. 120. 50, Max 50. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense.
Oh my God, this shit is so fucking shit.
And that is incomplete here. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get it back in form.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
What? I can't even move.
It's called by Jackson. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
This shit is raggedy.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout
Okay.
with 3 seconds
Okay,
left
Vic, I
in the
need
first
your
half.
internet to keep fucking up. I need to fuck up your
So
kick.
3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Come on, move. Do something. Man, this ain't cool, man.
The Eagles
This is
offense
shit
set to begin
bullshit.
their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now Howard. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Hey, check. 3 down.
Throwing on second down. Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Go. 120. Come on, the ball.
Yeah.
Now Wentz. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down.
Oh, my
Here's Cameron
God,
Johnston
team.
now. He's
I'm
been
not
terrific so
understanding what's
far.
going on with y'all.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
52, 57 down.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And some room to roam now.
Get him, Matt.
38 yards
Get him.
on the scamper there.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge. Heard him over and over.
A lot of times they roll the edge, and when they do that, that's why you can go for a long way.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They'll run here with Connor. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check. 53.
Jackson eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Number 53. Mike 53. Hey, on yarn. On yarn.
They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, being on second half no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Come on,
you know how
let
in
me take
baseball,
control.
when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot
Get
of
him,
times the
Bush.
punter
Get him,
goes inside
Bush.
and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Throwing now is Wentz. He's going to loft this one deep left. He's got a man complete.
He held it.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 33 yards that time.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back man. Waiting. Time to work. Night. Every guy, time left. 3 down.
Again to Howard. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Steelers' 41-yard line.
Here we go. 180. 55 to Mike. It's just me and you.
Again, it's Howard. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let him know.
Wentz now to throw.
Oh.
Open man is Gordon, complete. And
Take that ball out.
Before he's brought down. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19.
Where did you go?
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
They'll run on first down. Howard.
There you go. Stop him, baby.
After a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They go with Howard again. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Wentz gets it to Gordon.
Come on, y'all.
And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On 1st and goal, Howard. A minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
There you go.
It's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Way to go, Steelers.
So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
It's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Extra point now by Boswell. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Steelers 28, Eagles 3.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Simon, don't be trying to talk to me while I'm playing. I ain't answer no damn Texas or nothing till I'm done playing.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz. And this will be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Fielded at about the 28. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that work. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you've won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Roger. Not today, you are. Not today.
On first down, Samuels. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Shoot.
Toss play. It's Mack. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Keenan. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. Mack. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. The 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL. Because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll go again here with Mack. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll run for it. It's Mack.
I couldn't get what I wanted.
Get back to the line of scrimmage.
Good one.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Pittsburgh, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year, and they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.